Andy asks Rob if he thinks that he feels like he outsmarted everyone. And Rob's like, no, I think I just got lucky. And then we find out that Rob has promised to buy her a Birkin. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Traitors, Season 4, Episode number 11. It is the season finale, and it's called Leap of Faith. I don't like the name.
Yeah, no, fair.
We start out where we left off with them all outside standing around the coffin, and we immediately find out that Mark is the one who's been murdered. I had no idea how he was going to present it, but he just blurted it out. Mark, You were the one who's murdered.
And you'd see Rob's arm around Johnny. That was a bit much.
Yeah. And then Mark goes and he lays in the coffin. And then Alan lights the ring of fire around the coffin, which I thought
that was a little crazy, wasn't it? He must have gotten out of that coffin. He must have they must have shut cameras down. He got out and then they lit the ring of fire. I mean, the heat alone laying in that box, I think would have been too much.
It's cold there, girl. And it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long that he laid there. I mean, they could have put him in the coffin, lit the rings of fire. He could have laid there for a couple minutes, and then they turn the TV off, put the fire out, and he gets it. Come on.
All right.
And how about Moira saying the majority of guys have cheated on her? That's horrible.
I mean, it is horrible, but I don't want to say it, but it doesn't surprise me. Not because of her, I just think because of the species.
Yeah, well,
I totally agree with you.
This is true.
This was a huge topic at the salon today. And we'll talk more about that when we talk about Beverly Hills. Yeah.
The species of men? Yeah, well,
Yeah, just the odds of men cheating.
Okay, yeah.
And it has no reflection on who you are as the victim of the cheating.
No, never. No,
because it's all about their insecurities.
Right. So, but when you've been cheated on, you can't help but feel like, why wasn't I enough?
Of course. Right. So I saw a social media thing where they said that they keep them very hungry at this Traitors.
They keep them what?
Very hungry. That's why we see people they're always eyeing the salmon because there's only 2 proteins at the breakfast. There's eggs and salmon. So that's why we see Rob popping the eggs all the time. And there was a scene where Michael Rappaport was had his plate up to his face and he was shoveling it.
Yeah, Wendy, you brought that up in one of the episodes, how he was just piling the food in his mouth.
Yeah, so
and I think he brought it up in an interview.
Yeah,
he said that that's how he eats at home.
Lord. But the food is quite scarce. There's really not a lot of food. And they all have they all do their own glam. There's no glam allowed there. And Rob's...
You could tell on a couple of them that they did their own glam.
Rob's overalls and Natalie's that beige, bodycon kind of strapless dress.
Yeah.
I saw another post, who knows if it's true, that those 2 items were from the show. Rob and Natalie didn't bring enough clothes, and they actually had to borrow those. So they didn't.
Really?
Overalls didn't belong to him, nor that beige dress, but I don't know if that's true.
That surprises me that the overalls didn't belong to Rob.
Absolutely.
The dress with Natalie, okay, I could buy into that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Where are you getting overalls in Scotland?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was bullshit.
And it fit him. It was his...
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, his style.
Yeah, so I don't know about that.
So the next, actually after Mark gets murdered, in his confessional, he says that he thinks he was murdered because he was closing in on the traitor, and he has his money on it being Eric. I mean, he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, he was right.
He wasn't completely right either.
It's still so surprising that, nobody pegged Rob at this point. Well, except Johnny. Johnny did.
Yeah.
And then got Tara on it.
So Eric, then they all go into the castle, and Eric's like, I tricked my way into the finale. like in the morning in the breakfast, he's the first one to come in for breakfast. And then Maura comes in and then Rob. And the three of them are sitting there and they're talking about it. Like, who are we going to do? And they're all like, I think we need to do Johnny first and then Tara. And Rob says to Maura, like, you need to vote with us. Like, it needs to be the three of us.
Yeah.
And listen, we know, we've said this from the beginning, like Rob is a very good traitor. And I think he played a perfect game. He played a perfect game.
He deserved to win.
He did.
Totally 100% deserved to win, especially when he jumped out of that helicopter and swam in that lock.
Yeah. I got to tell you something about that.
He just did.
I felt like he wasn't swimming that fast. I was like, production must have been like, what? Like, we got all these fireworks together and everything. Like, you're getting this money. We're just going to make it look like you swam fast enough to win. Because it just didn't seem like.
Think about what he was wearing, though.
I know.
He was in that whole getup. Like, there was like a vest on him, I think. Like, he was probably weighed down with that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Plus, it was freezing. The water was freezing.
Yeah. I don't know. But him swimming, I was like, he's never going to make it. Like, he's not go faster.
But I know. I'll wait. I mean, we're talking about it already, but you know what I was surprised at? Like, nobody met him at the dock. Like, I would have thought somebody would meet him at the dock, grab what he had, and go put it in the chest.
He had, I guess, the gig was he had to do it.
Yeah. So Alan comes in and he announces that there's $180,800 in the prize pot at this point, and that there's one last mission, that 18 players have been killed so far, or vanished, or banished along the way. And he says, I'm going to need 2 volunteers when they're just before the mission. And they don't know what they're volunteering for. So Maura and the helicopter comes around and then Maura's like, I volunteer. And Rob's like, yeah, I volunteer. So initially they didn't, but then when it turns the corner, they know that they're, to be in a helicopter. But what they need to do is, this challenge is about the people that have, been banished or killed. They have to be able to answer questions about them. I have to tell you, I think that they did such a great job with that too.
Yeah, they did.
I wouldn't have remembered those answers.
Me neither. Nope.
I guess we've been watching this for weeks now, and they were there 11 consecutive days. So it was,
so it made sense for them.
It was fresher in their mind.
Yes.
And that's all, this is all they were doing. They weren't like doing the dishwasher and going to work and
exactly
managing everyone else's life.
Where's my glasses?
I'm gonna be late for school. 3 different shows and doing podcasts on them.
Yeah. So
exactly, it was fresh in their minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is the 2 of them are going to go up in the helicopter. The other group of people are going to race down the river in the pontoons, and there's going to be chests there. And they need to answer the questions that are in the chest. If they answer the question correctly, they were going to win a sum of money. They could possibly win $20,000. So what happens is their helicopter's flying over. They have these floats that they need to drop down with the answers on them, right? The floats have dollar amounts on them. One float is $500. One float is $3,000. One float is it $7,500 and $9,000?
9,000. I remember that one.
Yeah, 9,000.
Yeah, 9,000. So when they're over the question, they read the question. The other 4 are sitting around deciding what the answer is, and they're radioing that information to them up in the helicopter. They have to decide how confident they are that they know the answer to the question, because they have to decide which dollar amount they're going to drop. Right? So the first question was, who was the last person that was put into the grave at the first mission? And they guessed Mark, and they dropped the $500 one because they weren't. I guess that was the first one, and they wanted to be cautious.
I think that was smart to do for the first question. Like,
I do too.
See how you're vibing. From the helicopter down. Like, I think that was a smart bet. Because they wound up winning all of them, right?
Yeah, they got all the questions.
So they got all the questions. So that was good.
Yeah. The next question was, who was the player opposite the murderer player at the Black Banquet? And they said Colton, and that was the $9,000 one.
Yeah, they really went for it. I mean, they went from playing it safe
to
risking it.
Yeah, to where's going to get them all.
Yep. Which player started? It ended on a shield thrown at the second mission. That they got 2 shields, and it was Caroline, and they guessed that, and that was $3,000.
They knew that right away. They all said it right away.
Yeah. And then which housewife has received the most overall votes? And that was Lisa.
We all knew the answer to that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Although, well, no, because she was up twice. I think that's why. Because Portia, that was almost like a unanimous vote when Portia
Yeah, and
up.
she was on the longest, too.
Right. Lisa was. Lisa was on longer.
So they banked the $20,000, and then there's still 5 minutes left of the challenge, and Alan announces that he's stopping the clock. There's actually 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and that they can double the $20,000 to $40,000. The final buoy is in the lock, so somebody has to jump out of the helicopter into the lock, get the final buoy, and swim it up to where they're at. And there's 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to do that. And Maura's like, I can't swim. Like, I can't do that.
She said, I can't swim.
Yeah.
Right. So Rob, he does it, and he gets the $20,000, the extra $20,000. And now their total is $220,800, which is awesome because I think it was $250 was their possible total that they could have won.
Yeah, $250 was the potential, and they got $220,800. So that means they missed $20,200.
Yeah, which is not bad.
It's not bad. It's 10%, but it's like, it's not terrible.
No, and I think most of it was in that one game where they were throwing it too, where they kept giving they were naming the same person for all the times.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes.
I think they lost a lot of money in that challenge.
Yep.
Speaking of that challenge, you know what I heard is that there was music playing in their boxes.
That's smart. Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I like it.
So they couldn't hear.
Because like I said, that at one point, Rob hopped over the box and landed on the ground. It's like, all right, how'd the people next to you not hear you do that?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So then he announces that very shortly you're going to, face your final round table. So what's different about the final round table is that the person that gets banished, we don't find out if they're a traitor or faithful.
That was a twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Maura sits down with Eric, and she said she feels good with all of them. Then Rob talks to Maura, and Rob says, after watching him talk to Eric, Maura is definitely lying to one of us. He's like, because she said to me the same thing that she said to Eric. Like, he was starting to question her at that point, which I thought was interesting. What did you think about that?
I don't think there was ever a doubt in his mind that
You think he just said that?
I think he just said that. I think that Maura knew Rob was a traitor, and she just went along with it. I think she's a very bad actress. And
you do?
100%.
I don't.
And I think he promised her that Birkin bag very early on in the game.
You just help me get to the end, and I'll give you a little something.
Okay.
So, and then Eric is talking about this is very scary because there's the Love Island 2 and Johnny and Tara are together, and he's out there kind of by himself. He thinks that there's 2 traitors left. There's 5 people. So I know 99.9% it's not Tara. I was like, okay. Tara talks to Maura, and she says to her, no matter what happens, I love playing this game with you. And they both said ditto. They both agreed that they enjoyed playing the game together. I actually thought that Maura might have gone with them. I did. I thought that Johnny and Tara might have swayed her.
Maura was going to vote for Eric.
I did too. I was surprised.
And I felt like when, I know I'm going backwards, but when they did that helicopter challenge, I felt like Rob and Maura were on a date in a helicopter.
She said something. What did she say? And he said, I can give you something hot. And she was like, oh, Rob. I'm like, I think they banged. I'm pretty sure they banged.
Who knows? But on Peacock, Rob does a Kind bar commercial.
Really? I haven't seen that.
So then Rob says at the round table to Tara and Johnny, which I thought was a kind of an interesting twist. He said, wouldn't it be interesting if Alan had picked one of you, Tara or Johnny, and that you had to lie to your best friend that one of you was the traitor?
Yeah, very smart.
I thought, well, that's an interesting concept. And then all of a sudden it's time to vote.
I was kind of thinking, oh, what if he does a move where he picks Eric and gets him out of the way? Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to do that.
Yep.
Who, Rob?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been surprised because I didn't watch the show until today, but unfortunately I saw things on social media, so I knew how it ended.
Oh, you did?
So I was playing all of these scenarios in my head as I was watching the finale,
That's
which,
so
by
funny.
the way, I do think was dragged out. I think this could have been a half-hour episode.
Yeah.
But I get it.
I did think that Eric finally did do a good job at the round table, though.
I agree.
Finally, I was and I was thinking to myself, and I could kind of tell Rob was kind of oh.
Yeah.
Because you see Rob doing he's got tells. When he did this, when Eric was talking, I was like, oh, Rob's a little bit nervous. Where did this Eric come from? Did he did Eric just play this nervous part kind of thing?
So when it comes time to vote, Eric is the first one to vote, and he votes for Johnny. Then Johnny votes for Eric, and then Rob votes for Johnny, and then Tara votes for Eric, and then Maura's left. And
who did you think? Did you think she was going to vote for Eric?
I thought she was going to vote for Eric.
I did too.
I thought it was going to go. I thought it could go either way, but I wouldn't have been surprised if she voted for Eric. Because I really thought Tara got to her.
Yeah, for a second I
thought they did too. I thought that they really bonded. I thought that Maura was really listening. I did. I just had that feeling, but
right.
Yeah, it's the power of the D, though.
There was a second. There was a second when Maura and Rob were in the kitchen, and he picked her up and swung around and everything. And there was a second where I was like maybe Maura and Rob have been working together since the beginning, and maybe he's gonna split it with her. There was a minute where I was like,
so Johnny's banished. He hugs Tara before he leaves, which I was glad that he did that. So then Alan announces, if you believe that there's a traitor left, that you need to banish them. And he sits down with each of them and he talks to them and just kind of has a little sit down, which was fine. That's what we didn't need. We didn't need that little sit down that. We didn't need that.
No.
Then the final four, they all show up. I loved the way that they were all dressed, except for Rob shows up with the overall and one strap
he
down.
could have.
No, everybody else.
Because he's a hot boy. He could have came out looking fine and fly.
Right.
Something other than his
even just
jeans
shit. And a white T-shirt.
Yeah, or white button down.
Would have been better than.
Yeah. Stop with the hee-haw. Stop. We get it.
Right.
We get the shtick.
Yeah. You like to wrestle snakes. We get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. I was disappointed in his outfit. Everyone else looked fabulous, I thought.
Yeah.
So then they each get a card, and the card says end game or banish again. And what they do is all four still thinks there's a traitor. They all still think there's a traitor.
Of course.
So they vote. Eric votes for Tara. Tara votes for Eric. Rob votes for Tara. Maura votes for Tara. Tara's banished. So now Tara's gone. Now they
can all three end the game.
Yeah,
so Eric's thinking, we did it.
We did it.
Yeah. Eric's thinking, we did it.
But Rob and Maura say, no, we don't want to end the game. So they have to vote again. So now Eric votes for Rob. Rob votes for Eric, and Maura votes for Eric. And Rob and Maura are still standing.
And Rob
wins.
Right. And Maura thinks that Rob is a faithful just like her and that they were going to split this moolah.
Yes. Because...
You really think that?
I thought looking at her face...
I mean, when she looked surprised. I don't know. Maybe I'd be gullible like Wendy always is.
I know.
Maybe
she knew.
Moving off on you.
You think so? I didn't think she did either. I'm with you on this
Rob
one.
said it. I've always been a traitor the whole game. She's so shocked, I'm so stupid. She said, you pinky promise. I thought. Even when she came in on the reunion,
stupidest line ever.
Yeah,
but
pinky promise.
Pinky promised. There's 2K on the line,
right?
But you pinky promised,
right? And I met you 2 weeks ago, and you pinky promised. Yeah,
right.
Come on. Yeah.
All right. I'm gullible. So that's the end of Traitors. So then the reunion starts right afterwards, and Andy is wearing the Rob overalls. Did you see that?
Andy what?
The reunion starts like right afterwards, and Andy's wearing the Rob overalls.
Well, first he has on a Traitor's cloak, and then he rips it off, and
he's got on the overalls.
I was listening to it because I finished the episode and then I was trying to eat before we came on, so I was just listening to it, so I wasn't watching. That's funny.
So that was funny.
I thought it was funny too.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
You were going to say something else?
I know, I forgot.
Kelly?
I forgot.
Sorry.
I was. You're right. Totally forgot. I didn't realize, that if two people were left and one was a traitor, that was it.
I didn't know that
either. The traitor wins and the faithful gets nothing. I didn't realize that because I had never watched the show before.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
So on the after show, Lisa Rinna says that there's a meme of her when they were in those cages that says, me when I'm waiting to get off work. So I had never seen that meme, but I thought that was funny.
I didn't either. Yeah.
So then after Andy comes out with the overalls, he actually does come out on the reunion stage with like the real, not the overalls, like real clothes. And he says that this season of Traitors was 20% gayer than any other season. I was like, where did that come from?
Funny, but there was a decent number of gay men on this show. There were more gay men than straight men, right?
Yes.
I think there was, but I was surprised that we got a number there. And then Andy asks Rob if he thinks that if he feels like he outsmarted everyone. And Rob's like, no, I think I just got lucky. And then we find out that Rob has promised to buy her a Birkin, Maura a Birkin.
Right. So why would he do that? Because he felt bad?
Maybe.
And maybe he really did like her. But he has a girlfriend now.
And
he
does.
He didn't have.
And it's
he
not
didn't
Maura.
have one.
No, it's not Maura.
Not. And he didn't have one when he was in the castle because that was a long time ago now. At this point,
I saw the girlfriend do a post.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was like, it's not what I would have expected. She looks like a teenager. So I don't know. And Candace was definitely like pissed.
She was pissed.
She was pissed. She took it way too serious. She was like, oh, well, if you just wanted the game for yourself, you should have said so. Okay, that would have been a brilliant idea for Rob to tell Lisa and you that he just wants to get. What kind of dumb shit are you saying?
Rob admits that voting Colton out for him was pivotal. Lisa thinks that the banquet was the most iconic moment, like on the show. I kind of agree. I think the banquet was pretty iconic.
But yeah.
Jason Kelsey is the one who got Donna into Traitors. That's why she was on the show. Her son. Yeah.
And Maura said she's never been more speechless in her life than when she found out about Rob. And then she was like, oh, I'm so stupid. And somebody said, no, you're not stupid. And then Candace, she goes, perhaps it's a lesson in discernment. I was like, shut up. It's like a game of deception. Don't be like making that girl feel dumber. Stop it.
So Andy says that there was undeniable chemistry between the two of you to Rob and Maura. Was there ever a moment in the castle where you were crushing on each other? And Maura said, no, we are generally just friends.
But that whole moment between them was very awkward when it was awkward. I was like.
There were plenty of moments where it looked like they were crushing on each other.
I don't know about that. Serious. Yeah, it seemed like there was something going on, but now he's got a girl and she's trying to be like, oh no. I don't know. It just wasn't vibing for me. I thought Dorinda looked really good though on the reunion show.
I don't know. I didn't like her hair the way she had it. I didn't.
I like how she looked. Now, this was weird. Okay. So Candace says that Colton told her that Rob told him that she was a traitor. Those are the exact words because I rewound it and watched it 3 times. Then they're talking back and forth. And then Rob says, are you saying that I told Colton I was a traitor?
Rob said that.
Which is not what Candace said. Candace said the opposite. And then, she said it again, and Rob says it again. And he says, why would I risk and tell Colton that I'm a traitor? But it was weird because that's not what Candace said. Candace said that he said she was the traitor.
Was a traitor.
Yeah, so I was like,
no, I think Oh, I didn't get to see the full reunion, so I don't know exactly what Candace said. But remember when Colton went to Lisa Rinna and said, I know you're a traitor, so you protect me in the turret, I protect you at the round table. I think Rob did that with Colton, and maybe that's what Candace was saying to him. But is that not what Candace was saying to him?
No, because I wrote it down. I wrote it down too, and I have Candace has a question for Colton. You said to me, Rob told you I was a traitor, meaning her.
Yes.
And Colton said, I was working with Rob. I thought we were both faithfuls. That's what Colton's response was to Candace when she said that to Colton. He said, I thought, Rob and I were working together, but I thought we were both faithfuls. And then Lisa asked Colton, what did you mean when you said to me, I wanted to take me hostage as a traitor? Lisa said, I think it's an interesting word to use, hostage. Colton said, well, you were in the turret and you said you wanted to slit my effing throat. Well, you didn't know that until you saw it you weren't in the turret with her.
Right. Plus, there must have been a huge part of this reunion that got cut out because remember, supposedly he stormed off.
He walked off, right?
And I think
who did?
I think Candace and Lisa probably both went after him, housewife style, about the stuff with his girlfriend and the stalking and the blah 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 blah.
Yes,
probably
I think she did. I think Lisa did.
I think it was at him like a fucking chihuahua. They were at him like a chihuahua.
We didn't see any of that. The only part we saw was that little part about Lisa saying the hostage and then him coming back with the response about, you said you wanted to slit my effing throat in the turret, which again, he only knew that after he saw it on the show because he wasn't in the turret.
Yeah.
I do think that.
Yeah, but when did they film this reunion?
They filmed it. No, I know. They filmed it a couple weeks ago.
So he would have seen that episode?
Well, yeah. Of course, they see everything before they film the reunion, just like any reunion. So I don't know. They get. Yeah, I mean, we're used to seeing Housewives reunion. This was not a housewife reunion. This reunion was really honestly pathetic because I didn't like where they were doing all those fake shows like the Highlands, like Love Island.
Oh, I thought they were cute. I thought,
and then they did another one.
Cute. Yeah, I thought they were cute. You didn't like them?
No.
I'll tell you, Michael Rappaport sounded like an absolute ass.
He did.
Ass bag.
He did.
Just an ass. Just
he did.
Out
about
of control.
What?
About anything that he talked about. I was just like, oh my God, you need to just like shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. It was bad.
No, he was very aggressive. He kept saying, I'm talking, you're not talking. Clip, clip. I'm talking, you're not talking. And Andy was getting mad. He was trying to control the reunion.
Yeah, it was
But Andy was really getting mad.
And
Andy even said, this is not a housewife reunion to him.
Right.
He said, this is not a housewife reunion.
I loved, and Johnny came back at Natalie because Natalie was getting pissy too. Natalie was getting pissy, and she was getting pissy with Johnny Weir. And Johnny Weir was like, well, because Johnny and Tara were doing it separate from the Olympics.
Milan. They were in Milan.
From the Olympics. So Johnny Weir was basically like, well, like we're at the actual Olympics and like that's competition. So kind of like, don't come for me. It was so good. It's really
well,
cute.
because Natalie said, or was it Natalie or
it was Natalie?
Michael. No, but who said silver medalist Johnny?
Oh, I think that was
Michael Rappaport said silver medalist Johnny. And Johnny's like, I did not win a silver medal. Actually, I did not win any Olympic medal. I didn't know that. I thought it was gold.
I didn't either. I thought he was an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, me too.
No, he didn't. He said I didn't win any Olympic medal.
Well, that's
I was
so
like, wait, what?
funny.
Yeah, but Natalie got real pissy too. Her and Candace took it way too serious.
Yeah, they did.
You could tell. I mean, we said it the whole season. She played this game so emotionally, Natalie. Way too emotionally. Which is how I would have been. So that I could never go on this game, especially knowing that they don't eat a lot. Forget it.
Yeah, forget it. So
forget it.
They did some little thing where they did the best costume. So they did 2 hat to handle for Maura and showed all these clips of her with different hats. They had in plain sight, and it's so funny. I was laughing because I wrote this down so many times and I never said it about Candace that she looked like a flight attendant.
I think you did say it.
I did say it, yeah, but it was so funny.
Yeah,
I thought I didn't say it, and then I was like, oh look, flight attendant, just like I was thinking. And then they did sleeveless in Seattle for Rob, And then Lisa did her whole Lisa fucking Ren thing. Maura won. So she was like, oh my God, I won something. She's so cute. So that's all I have for the after show.
The reunion.
Yeah.
The only other thing I have is Andy asked Portia if she was surprised that her fellow housewife, Lisa, voted for her. And she said, yeah, I was surprised. And she's like, when I got home, because she had all her Lisa lips, I crushed all of them. I broke them all up. I smashed all those lipsticks. And Lisa's like, well, that's okay. We went out of business anyway. I was like, that's great.
Right. Yeah.
That's funny. Hope you didn't like any of them because you can't reorder it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the only other thing about the Traitors that I wanted to add is Lisa was doing a promo for her book, which I think I'm on chapter 5 that just came out, and she was doing it on Friday on Good Day New York, and it came up that TMZ reported, and she confirmed that she was roofied at the Traitors premiere party at the Abbey.
And supposedly, though, that place is known for that.
Yes, it is. Yes,
very
it is.
common there. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I don't necessarily think it was a traitor person per se.
No, it definitely was not a traitor. I definitely think it was not a traitor person. But what I do think is the fact that it was a premiere party for this show. There should have been some sort of security to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't happen.
Absolutely. But maybe it does happen there all the time, and maybe somebody wasn't careful with their usual juice that they save for that. Maybe it was inadvertent, like maybe they didn't mean to do it at that premiere.
Right.
Maybe the secret bottle got taken out when it wasn't supposed to or something by accident. Because it's dumb to do it with something like that. Like,
yeah,
that's just dumb. So that made me kind of think, well, maybe somebody got the secret sauce out inadvertently, kind of thing.
That's possible.
At least that's what was my thought.
That's possible.
So that was at the premiere party for Traitors.
Yes.
Which was the first night that it aired. So that was several weeks ago.
Yeah. And then supposedly...
And that was in her book? Or no, that she brought it up on an interview?
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Understood.
And then supposedly the next Traitors is supposed to be everyday people.
No.
Well, they're casting for it in New York.
They're casting for it. There's
okay.
Yes, but there is another Traitors coming out, I think.
Before that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They are casting for everyday people. And I guess that's it for Traitors. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm
so glad we watched this show, though. I really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan now. Lore?
What?
I know. I loved it.
So I had said, I must have said it when you weren't on it. I must have said it when we were recapping something else to Kelly that we should maybe do other Traitors, maybe do season 1 and 2. And someone on social media said to us, we really should do Australia Traitors.
Yeah.
But will we know anybody? Like the part about this that I liked was that knew.
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Like I liked knowing all of the people. I mean, I didn't know the gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't watch Big Brother or Survivor or anything like that. But that was okay. I liked them. I liked them on the show. I just felt like I liked it because I knew the majority of the people on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, we could try it.
We'll have to wait and see. We'll decide.
We'll see. All right.
Well, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.